My wife stood in the doorway, arms folded and eyes sharp as glass, and snapped, "You're sleeping on the couch until you apologize for something I didn't do." I stared at her for a long moment and simply said, "Okay." No groveling, no pleading, just okay. I didn't apologize, and 3 weeks later, the guest room was no longer a guest room. It had become my kingdom. It all began over something so absurd it still makes my head throb. Diana, my wife of 8 years, 36, brilliant but stubborn, accused me of flirting with our new neighbor, Melissa. Melissa is 23, recently moved in with her boyfriend, and about as threatening as a grocery bag. The incident was me taking out the trash, spotting her wrestling with a giant box, and carrying it to her door. 2 minutes of neighborly chit-chat. That was it. Diana watched from the window, decided I was all over her, and practically drooling. And when I tried to explain, she hit me with, "Don't gaslight me, Trevor." I saw what I saw. "You're sleeping on the couch until you admit what you did." I stood there, stunned by the lunacy, and finally said, "Okay." She blinked. "That's it?" "Yeah. Okay. I'll sleep on the couch until you apologize." "Sure?" She stormed off, probably picturing me on my knees within hours, but I hadn't done anything wrong. I wasn't going to apologize for helping a neighbor lift a box. That's not how I work. Night 1 on the couch was brutal. Great for sitting, murder on my back for sleeping. By morning, I could barely stand. Diana sauntered down, saw me making coffee, and asked, "Ready to apologize?" "Nope." She huffed and left for work. By the 3rd night, I'd had enough. We had a guest room, mostly storage and her overflow closet space, so I grabbed my pillow and claimed the futon. Still lumpy, but better than the couch. Diana noticed. "Couch too uncomfortable for you?" "Yes." "Then apologize." She smirked, thinking she was winning. "Fine." Enjoy the futon. That's when my plan took shape. I make solid money as a project manager. Diana does well in marketing. We split bills but keep personal spending separate. I had about $3,000 saved for a new tool set. I decided to build myself a refuge instead. By day 4, I'd ordered a queen-size memory foam mattress for $800, same week delivery. Day 7, I hit Facebook Marketplace. Leather recliner, $200, solid wood desk, $150, a 55-inch TV for $300. Borrowed my buddy Rick's truck and moved it all in while Diana was at her sister's. Day 10, Amazon Prime blessed me with a $60 microwave, $50 floating shelves, and a $120 rug that tied the room together. Day 14, I went fully petty. PlayStation 5 for $500, soundbar for $200, blackout curtains for $40. Day 18, the crown jewel, LED mood lighting, a couple of band posters I'd always wanted, and a $150 digital lock for the door. By the 3rd week, I'd sunk about $2,800 into turning that guest room into my sanctuary. Everything our shared bedroom wasn't. My space, my rules, my vibe. Diana never stepped inside. She'd knock sometimes, call me ridiculous, but never cross the threshold. I think she was playing chicken, waiting for me to break. Last night, the showdown came. I was playing Call of Duty with Rick when I heard the handle rattle. "Trevor, why is this door locked?" Pause. "Privacy." "Open this door right now." "No thanks." Bang, bang, bang. "Trevor, open this door immediately." I walked up but didn't open it. "Diana, you banished me from our bedroom. This is my space now. You're welcome to apologize for falsely accusing me anytime." "I'm not apologizing." I saw what I saw. Then the door stays shut. Silence. Then her voice on the phone. Speaker on. Classic Diana. "Mom, he's lost his mind. He's locked himself in the guest room." Her mother, Teresa, loud as a horn. "What do you mean locked in his own house? He put a lock on the guest room, an actual code lock. Why is he in the guest room, sweetie? He's being punished." "Punished for what?" "He was flirting with the neighbor." "Was he really?" "Mom, whose side are you on?" "Just asking, honey." "What did he do exactly?" Diana faltered. "He helped her carry a box." Even Teresa went silent. "That's it? You didn't see how he was looking at her." "Diana, sweetie, maybe you should apologize. I can't believe you're taking his side." She hung up, then came more banging. Trevor, I'm getting a locksmith. Go ahead, I called back. I own this house too. I can lock any interior door I want. I'd already Googled it. As long as it doesn't block emergency exits and both owners consent, interior locks are fine. She must have Googled it too, because the locksmith threat died. Then came the texts, a flood of them. This is insane. You're acting like a child. That room is for guests. All your clothes are still in our room. My replies, I bought new clothes. They're in my closet now. Your closet? It's a guest room. Not anymore. You can't just claim a room. You claim the entire bedroom. I'm just using what's left. That's different. You punished me for something I didn't do, so I made alternative arrangements. This is stupid. Come back to our room. Did you just invite me back? Only if you apologize. No thanks, I'm good here. This morning while I was at work, she finally went inside. I have a camera in there, legally placed. It's my room now. I watched her jaw drop as she took it all in. The TV, the mini fridge, the recliner. She ran her fingers over the PlayStation and looked like she might cry. When I got home, she was at the kitchen table. No anger now, just defeat. You really set up a whole apartment in there. It's just a room with a fridge, a microwave, and a PlayStation. How much did that cost? My personal savings. Not our funds. She went quiet. You're really not going to apologize? I'm really not going to apologize for something I didn't do. So what? You're just going to live in there forever? Until you apologize for falsely accusing me and kicking me out of my own bedroom? Yeah, pretty much. This is ridiculous. It was ridiculous 3 weeks ago when you started it. Now it's just my new normal. She got up and left. Now it's 10 p.m. She's in our old bedroom. I'm in mine, eating takeout, cold beer in hand, Call of Duty loaded up, and honestly, I'm good. Like really good. Petty? Absolutely. But I'm a grown man who got exiled for carrying a neighbor's box. If she wants to die on this hill, I'll build an entire fortress on mine. And that's where the real escalation began. Diana's entitlement reached new heights, and I had to match it every step of the way. First, she tried to weaponize the house itself. She stopped doing my laundry. Joke's on her. I bought a compact washer-dryer combo for $400 off Craigslist and tucked it neatly into my room. Yes, it fits. Then she stopped cooking my portions of dinner. Cool. I've got a microwave, a mini fridge, and now an air fryer, $80, sitting on my desk. I started meal prepping on Sundays, turning what she thought was punishment into a routine. But the real twist came when she staged an intervention. She and her best friend Vanessa sat me down in the living room like I was a wayward teenager. Trevor, Vanessa began, don't you think this has gone too far? I'm just respecting Diana's decision, I said. She kicked me out of the bedroom. I adapted. You've turned the guest room into a man cave, Vanessa shot back. It's supposed to be for guests. What guests? I asked. Her mom who stays at a hotel because she hates our guest bathroom? Her brother who hasn't visited in 2 years? That's not the point. It's exactly the point. The room was unused storage. Now it's used. You're being spiteful. I'm being comfortable. You made a decision. I adapted. Then Diana played what she thought was her ace card. Fine, then I'm taking the master bathroom completely. You can use the hall bath. Okay, she blinked. Vanessa's mouth literally dropped. Okay? That's it? Yeah, you want to escalate? Cool. The hall bathroom is fine. What Diana didn't know was that I'd already gamed this out. The hall bath is right next to my room. The master is attached to the old bedroom and you have to walk through the bedroom to reach it. That night I moved my stuff. But I didn't stop there. I installed a rainfall shower head for $60. Bought one of those fancy Japanese bidet toilet seats for $200. Game changer. Premium towels, a humidifier, a couple of plants, the works. In 48 hours, my hall bath went from basic to spa level. Meanwhile, Diana discovered that owning the master bath also meant cleaning it alone. Thin walls, I heard every call to her sister. He doesn't even use it anymore. He just moved to the other bathroom and made it nice. He bought a bidet. Jenna, a bidet. 3 days later, the next battle began. Diana's company went hybrid. 3 days in office, 2 days remote, and she needed a home office. Guess which room she assumed she'd use. She knocked on my door at 7 a.m. Trevor, we need to talk about the guest room. My room? It needs to be an office. I'm working from home twice a week starting next month. That's nice. Good for you. So you need to move your stuff out. I laughed. No. Trevor, I need an office. Then set one up in the bedroom. It's huge. There's no space with the bed and dressers. Then reorganize. Or you could stop being petty and give me the room. The room I've paid to furnish? The room I'm living in because you kicked me out? That room? I'll let you back in the bedroom if you give me the office. But I'd still have to apologize, right? Of course. Then no. She slammed the door and 20 minutes later I heard drilling. She was installing a desk in the living room corner. Her office is now in the communal space where I watch TV. Guess who bought noise-canceling headphones for $300 and doesn't care? Yesterday was the crown jewel of entitlement. I came home to find my lock scratched, keypad gouged. Someone had tried to break in. Did you try to break into my room? I asked. It's not your room. Did you or did you not try to break the lock? I needed to check if you're damaging the house. It's my house too, she snapped, which is why I can have a lock on my door and why you trying to break it is technically destruction of property. She went pale. You wouldn't? That night I installed a hallway camera facing my door. Legal and common areas here. The red light blinks at her every time she walks by. Rick came over to watch the game. Diana lost it. You can't have people in there. Why not? It's my room. I don't want strangers in my house. Rick's been here 50 times. You went to his wedding. Not in that room, which is my room, where I can have guests, I said. She actually called the police. I'm not kidding. Told them I was refusing to leave a room in her house. The cop who showed up looked exhausted, took one look at the situation. Me calmly explaining I pay half the mortgage, I'm in my room. Diana shouting about guest rooms and apologies. Ma'am, does he live here? Yes, but is he threatening you? No, but is he breaking any laws? He put a lock on an interior door of a house he owns. Silence. Maybe you two should get counseling, the cop muttered and left. Minutes later, Diana sent me a Venmo request for $1,400, half of your room furnishings since it's marital property. I declined and sent her one for $1,900 for half of the bedroom furnishings I'm not allowed to use. She declined and sent another for $500 for emotional distress. I sent her $1 for the box I helped Melissa carry. Radio silence ever since. But the war of attrition wasn't over. After the police visit, Diana went scorched earth. She changed the Wi-Fi password. Joke's on her. I got my own internet installed directly to my room. The technician thought it was weird, but $90 a month for peace of mind? Worth it. Then she started inviting her friends over constantly. Wine nights, book clubs, jewelry parties, all deliberately loud, all right outside my door. I just cranked up my sound bar and bought better blackout curtains. Then she crossed the line. Last Tuesday, I came home to find my door wide open. The lock was gone. My stuff was there but reorganized. My PlayStation unplugged, mini fridge off, food spoiling, bed stripped, sheets in a pile, and a note, maintenance inspection required. Management. Except we don't have management. We own the house. I called her immediately. What the hell, Diana? The room needed inspection for damages. You broke into my room and touched my stuff. It's not breaking in if I own the house. You removed my lock. That's destruction of property. Prove it. That's when I snapped, but not the way she expected. Diana forgot I'd been keeping receipts. Every text where she admitted to kicking me out, every attempt to get into my room, the police report from her false call, the tampered lock photos. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just said, okay. Then I called my lawyer. Not for divorce, not yet, but for a legal separation and formal establishment of household boundaries. The paperwork she got served with 3 days later was beautiful. Exclusive use of the guest room, my room, damages for destroyed property, the lock, in a formal division of household spaces. She came crying, actually crying. "You got a lawyer? You broke into my room and destroyed my property. It's a lock, Trevor, that you destroyed after kicking me out of our bedroom for helping someone carry a box. You're going to destroy our marriage over this? Me? I'm just sleeping in a guest room. You're the one escalating for 6 weeks." Then came the sob story. "I'm stressed. Work is horrible. My mom's on my case and you just abandoned me. You literally kicked me out. I wanted you to fight for us by apologizing for something I didn't do, by showing you cared. I showed I cared by respecting myself enough not to be gaslit." She retained her own lawyer, who, according to mine, basically laughed at her case. Kicking your spouse out, then claiming abandonment when they sleep elsewhere, destroying their property, then claiming ownership. Good luck with that. But Diana wasn't done. She decided to win by making me want to come back. She walked around in lingerie, cooked elaborate meals and ate them in front of me, brought home desserts from my favorite bakery. I just kept living my life. Meal prepping, gaming with Rick, working on coding courses. Then she launched the nuclear option. She invited Melissa and her boyfriend over for dinner without telling me. I walked in to see them in my dining room. Diana all smiles, serving wine. "Trevor, join us," she purred. "I was just getting to know our new neighbors better." Melissa looked mortified. Her boyfriend Tony looked confused. "Thanks, but I've got plans," I said, grabbing a protein shake. "Don't be rude, honey. Sit with us." The honey was so fake it burned. "I'm good. Enjoy your dinner," Melissa bolted. "Actually, we should go. Early morning tomorrow." "But you just got here," Diana protested. "Yeah, we're so sorry." The food smells amazing, though. They practically ran out. I heard Tony whisper, "What the hell was that?" as they left. "You embarrassed me," Diana hissed. "You embarrassed yourself. You invited the woman you accused me of flirting with to make some kind of point. I was being nice. You were being manipulative. I'm trying to save our marriage. By refusing to admit you were wrong, I wasn't wrong. Then we have nothing to save." That was last week. Yesterday, Diana moved out. Not permanently, but to her sister's. She packed bags and left a note. "Since you want to live alone so badly." The funny part? I don't want to live alone. I just wanted my wife to admit she was wrong about one single thing, that I didn't flirt with anyone, that helping someone carry a box isn't a crime, that kicking me out was an overreaction. Instead, she chose to blow up our entire life. My lawyer says I have a strong case for keeping the house if we divorce, especially with her voluntary departure and all the documentation. But that's not what I wanted. I'm sitting in my room, my really awesome room, writing this update. The house is quiet, too quiet, but I'll be damned if I apologize for something I didn't do. She started texting me every few hours after she left. The tone swung like a pendulum. "I miss you. You're ruining everything. Just say sorry and we can forget this." 6 weeks ago, I helped a neighbor carry a box. That's it. That was the crime that ended my marriage. And now here's the final update. It's over. Not the tension, not the stalemate, the marriage itself. Finished. Diana spent 2 weeks at her sister's place, posting bitterly poetic quotes on social media about knowing your worth and believing people when they show you who they are. The irony was lost on her. While she was busy playing martyr, I was busy moving forward, getting the house appraised, meeting with my lawyer about buyout options, starting therapy, something I probably should have done years ago. And yes, I kept upgrading my room. Added a beer fridge, not because I needed one, but because I could. Then she made her move. She came back with her brother Kyle in a U-Haul with no warning while I was working from home and heard them in the driveway. She walked in like she still owned the place, which technically she half did, and announced, "I'm taking my things." "Okay," I said, "and the bedroom furniture." "It's half mine." "Then take the bed and the dresser." "You can have the nightstands," I replied. She was trying to bait me. When that didn't work, Kyle jumped in. "You really messed up, man. You humiliated my sister." "How?" I asked. "You made her feel unwanted in her own home." "She kicked me out of our bedroom for helping someone carry a box," I said. "That's not what she told me," he muttered. "I'm sure it wasn't." Diana cut in again. "I want the living room TV. It's mine." I bought it before we got married. I don't care, I said, but my receipt says otherwise. Her face flushed. Fine. The kitchen appliances then. We bought those together. You can have half. How do you take half a microwave, Diana? That's your problem to solve, she snapped. Just like me sleeping on the couch was mine? Kyle tried to grab the coffee maker. That's from my room, I said. Prove it. I pulled up my Amazon order on my phone. Diana grabbed the Keurig from the counter instead. This one then. Go for it. 3 hours. That's how long they spent going through the house. Bickering, grabbing, leaving, arguing. She tried to take my gaming chair from my room. This was in the guest room originally, she said. Yeah, and you kicked me into the guest room. It's mine now. A judge won't see it that way. Then let a judge decide. She backed down. The real explosion came when she discovered the attic. You changed the locks on the storage? She demanded. No, I put a padlock on my section. Yours is still open. How did you even divide it? A tape line down the middle. Your Christmas decorations on the left. Mine on the right. You took more space. I measured it. Exactly half. This is pathetic, Trevor. We're adults. Adults don't kick their spouses out of bedrooms and break their locks. But here we are. Kyle bristled. You're being petty. Choose your next words carefully, I said. You're in my house. It's Diana's house too. For now. They both froze. What do you mean for now? Diana whispered. I mean, we're getting divorced. The house will be sold or bought out. This ends. You're divorcing me over this? Over you kicking me out, accusing me falsely, refusing to apologize, breaking into my room, destroying my property, calling the police, and now taking half our stuff? Yeah. I don't want a divorce, she said, eyes wet. Then you should have thought about that before making helping a neighbor a capital crime. She actually sat down in the hallway, stunned. This isn't how it was supposed to go, she said. How was it supposed to go, Diana? You were supposed to apologize, sleep on the couch for a few nights, feel bad, then come back and appreciate me more. Appreciate you for falsely accusing me? For fighting for our marriage, she whispered. That's not fighting. That's manipulation, Kyle helped her up. Come on, Dee, let's go. I'm not leaving, she said. This is my house. You left already. You're at Jenna's, remember? She tried one last time. If you love me, you'd apologize just to end this. If you love me, you wouldn't need me to apologize for something I didn't do. They left with the U-Haul half full, Diana crying, Kyle muttering about lawyers. 2 weeks later, the divorce papers were filed. She fought it, demanded counseling instead. The court-mandated mediator heard our story and basically said, yeah, this is done. Her own lawyer advised her to take my buyout offer. I'm keeping the house, paying her half the equity. It's worth it. My room is already perfect, and now I get the master bedroom back. Might knock down the wall and make a giant suite. Who knows? Our last text exchange. This is really it. Over a box? It was never about the box. Then what? It was about respect, trust, partnership. You showed me you don't believe in any of that. I was jealous. It's normal. Jealousy is normal. What you did after wasn't, so you're just giving up. I'm moving on. From almost 10 years together. From 6 weeks of you showing me who you really are. No reply after that. I'm okay. The house is quiet but peaceful. I've started dating. Nothing serious yet. Most people are shocked by the story. One woman said, you turned a guest room into a man cave instead of apologizing. Legend another said I was too stubborn. Fair enough. Not everyone's compatible. Rick helped me move the bedroom furniture back last weekend. Walking into that master bedroom felt like stepping into a crime scene. But I'm reclaiming it, piece by piece. Diana's still at her sister's, still posting quotes about toxic relationships and red flags, still telling anyone who'll listen that I ruined our marriage over nothing. But it wasn't nothing. It was everything. Every dismissal, every demand for apologies, every time she chose control over communication. The box was just the last straw that broke this camel's back. Do I regret not apologizing? Number. Because if I had, we'd still be in that cycle. Her controlling, me appeasing. Sometimes the smallest hills are worth dying on because they represent the mountains behind them. My new setup is fire. Gaming rig stays in my old room. Master bedroom is just for sleeping now. Best of both worlds. Thanks for following this insane journey. I'm closing this chapter and moving forward. To anyone in a similar situation, don't apologize for something you didn't do. Not even once. It never ends there. Peace out. P.S. Melissa and Tony had me over for beers last week. They confessed that dinner at our place was the most awkward experience of their lives. Diana spent the whole evening bragging about our great marriage while obviously fighting back tears. They felt so bad they almost moved. When I told them the full story, Tony bought the next round and said, "Dude, you dropped this. Good neighbors."